All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We're taking the gammas into ESBR. We're going back into the androids category ESBR kind of fairly soon after using the free-to-play EZA Hachon and 17 in there. Now it's time to use these two in there, and the friend gamma 2 is 90%, so that's going to be a lot of fun to use. Annoyingly, gamma 1 and 2 aren't on the same rotation though. Even though my cell rotation's kind of already set up because they're both here, I'm actually going to leave Gamma 1 here because there are so many attacks to take into slot 1, which means we can have this guy built up immediately with that extra attack and defense and that 50% damage reduction. And also he has his guard for 4 turns, which is going to be great for Super Battle Road because you're only really ever in here for 5-6 turns. So if you can get through it quick enough, he won't even lose his guard for the time you're in here. Or he'll be like 1, maybe 2 turns at a push without the guard. So I don't see the gammas having a downside in this. What do we have active? Shocking speed and fierce battle. Do we get something else with this? No, we don't. Yeah, we'll just leave it like this for now. I don't think we need to pop an item. Like, this guy has 171k defense right now. From getting hit, he's only going to build up his attack and defense and his damage reduction. So yeah, we're fine. We are all good on this turn. We do not need to use an item with Gamma 1. 14k. We're being supered. I mean, he can actually dodge here as well. There's the dodge. Or the counter, sorry. Of course, that's something you can't utilize in Red Zone Broly, Red Zone Omega, only the cooler core and Cell Max, but already we're taking double digits and he hasn't even supered yet. Already he was taking double digits after 1 attack. And yeah, that's another major thing. As I said, I do not see Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 having a downside here. I really don't. Because once he has it, well, I mean, he has the 50% damage reduction and his guard now. Again, he has his guard for 4 turns, which, if you can get through an SBR fight quick enough, means, you know, you could probably get it done in 4 or 5 turns, which means at a push, Gamma 1 won't have his guard for a turn, maybe 2. Which, considering again, he's going to have like, what, between 400 and 500k defense with 50% damage reduction, it's not really going to make much of a difference. And if you can get through it quick enough, he's going to have all that damage reduction built up very quickly, especially because the amount of enemies you face in Super Battle Road, while having his guard for almost the maximum amount of turns you're going to be in a Super Battle Road fight 4. Which means this guy's hardly ever going to be taking any damage, apart from potentially the initial attack he takes, which even then, as you saw there, done 14k. Or if he was to got super a bit more, but you don't need to use an item for it, so it won't hit him that hard. Now, okay, so my one's going to be on the rotation with Gamma 1. Again, I don't think we need to use an item right now. 19 and Jiro have type advantage, so they're fine. The friend's Gamma, Jesus Christ, a 90% Gamma 1 has almost 300k defense with no build up. That's actually kind of nuts. Also, by the way, the Gammas are super units, so the free-to-play LR androids giving out their 50% defense are only for extreme class allies, which means they're not even getting the extra defense. The rest of the team is, but they're not. So they've not even got extra tank, like they've not even got extra defensive coverage. Damn, he's starting with a 6.1 million attack stat. To be fair, there is android support from 19 and Jiro, but still, that means he's starting with like just under 6 mil. That's crazy, damn. Damn. Okay. That's nuts. I mean, I have seen what they do at Rainbow and level 10 links. You're talking like over 9 mil, which is crazy. Especially when you consider all that these units can do. You know, as I said, in not all the red zone stages can you actually utilize the counter of Gamma 1. But, you know, he's got a counter, guard for 4 turns, good damage output, damage reduction. Gamma 2's got a nullify, which is obviously you can utilize everywhere as long as, you know, the 50% chance comes off. You know, he has the additionals. I'm pretty sure Gamma 1 has a 30% chance to crit. Gamma 2 has a 50% chance to crit with a 70% chance to additional. Like, these guys are nuts. Like, they're so fun to use. Again, I don't think we need to use an item. I'm being completely honest. I do not think we need to use an item right now. I mean, maybe for Gamma 2 because of the type disadvantage attack in slot 2, but it's after he supers. Let me use an Icarus. Just to be safe, let me use an Icarus and kind of gauge what we're taking. He is going to super first, which means he will raise his attack and defense. And also, again, we would have had the entrance animations. If I had the animations on, of course, we would have seen them. He's already fully brought up already as it is, almost. He's already on a 7.9 million attack stat. That's the beauty of Super Battle Road, and also in Red Zone. Because there are so many enemies, specifically in Super Battle Road, but Red Zone and Super Battle Road both have these, which is, there are so many attacks, except in Super Battle Road, they come from different enemies, and a few have multiple attacks. Building up Gamma 1 is going to be so easy because of the amount of attacks you can take at turn 1, but just in general, but specifically on turn 1, so you can combine the damage reduction with his guard for 4 turns. Building up Gamma 1 will literally take you 1 turn at a push, 2. I mean, he took 18 damage. I did not need to use the Icarus. He took 18 damage off of that super attack with an Icarus active. This is literally, I probably could have no-itemed this whole Android's ESBR stage. I generally probably could have no-itemed it. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. And we have an Icarus active with the 90% friend, Gamma 2. So yeah, he's also going to be fine. And not to mention, again, we have the Android support from 19 and Jiro, but yeah, I don't see Gamma 1 and 2 having any downside when it comes to Super Battle Road. Because it's more of a short-based event, I do not see him having a downside. Yes, they have to build up. As I said, considering how many attacks Gamma 1 can be taking during SBR, you can literally build him up in maximum, like, halfway through turn 2. It won't even take you 2 turns. It will technically take you, like, 1 and a bit turns because of the amount of attacks that can come his way. Again, he has the counter, which he can actually use here. Good damage output, 50% damage reduction, guard, which again at maximum he's only going to be losing his guard depending on how long it takes you for a turn, maybe 2, which again with 50% damage reduction and between 4 to 500k defense, that's not even going to make a difference. But that's the only downside I can think of. And then Gamma 2, again, great damage output. He's also got his Nullify. I think even defensively, once he supers, he's fine. He may take a little bit of damage without an item against a type disadvantaged super attack, but even then it won't be that much. So is it really that much of a downside? I think the only realistic downside to these two, it's not even these two, it's Gamma 2 in Super Battle Road, isn't even that much of a problem, but it's the fact that he won't be performing fully built up for not even half the fight. And is that really a problem, considering you know in his kit he needs to build up, he needs to attack 5 times? Even then it won't take you long. But I think that's the only downside I can think of, if I'm really nitpicking, is he won't be performing at his best for 1 turn. Because you have the 2 built-in additionals from the entrance animation, you have the initial super attack, and you may super attack again, or just attack in general. But the least amount of times you can attack in 1 turn with Gamma 1 at 55% is literally 3 times, which means by turn 2 he'll be fully built up. So if I'm nitpicking, the literal only downside to this man's is that he will not be performing at or near his best for 1 turn, which to me, considering I know, you know prior to going in he needs to build up to get going, that's not even an issue. That's not even an issue, because you know that he needs to build up. So you're not really sitting there going, oh, this is terrible, this is. It will literally take him 2 turns to fully build up. Like, technically a turn and a half. As I said, if I am nitpicking, that is the only issue Gamma 2 has. And even then, it's not really an issue because he's still performing well. These two are generally insane. They are so much fun to use as well. And as I said during the showcase, there is that novelty of using, after the film's release and all that hype from the film, there's that novelty of using Dragon Ball Super superhero units, which I guess is kind of fun in itself, but there's that novelty that has, which I really, really like, which, I mean, and another thing, I love watching their animations. They've done such a good job at capturing the superhero animation so well. Like, imagine how good a Beast Gohan is gonna look, who, as I did in the video, like, not too long ago, literally, like, I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing this, but literally like probably a few videos ago. Could be December. Earliest is December. But damn, these two literally have probably no flaws here, like, realistically. I don't really need to use an item here, do I? I just don't. I don't need to use an item here. Like, these two are fine. Yep, 10 damage, double digits, hasn't even supered yet. Barely built up. 7.6 million super in Super Battle Road is very good. I mean, it's pretty good attack stat anyway at 1 dupe. 2.6 million damage. Baby's almost dead. He's still got his additionals, which means if the additionals end up becoming super attacks, he could do some serious amount of damage in this turn, even at 55%. Not to mention he's building up his crit chance as well every time he attacks. Yep, there's an additional super. Look, he's actually done so much damage this turn. And he's got an increased crit chance right now. Yeah, nah, and he literally did it, 3.5 million crit. Again, Android support, but still. I do not see a downside to these two in Super Battle Road. They do not have a flaw in Super Battle Road. As I said, if I'm really nitpicking to give you one, it's that specifically Gamma 2 isn't performing at his best until turn 2. Considering how quick you're kind of in and out of these fights, which, as I said, even then, it's not really an issue because he's still performing well nonetheless. It's just not his pinnacle. But that's if I'm really nitpicking. Other than that, Gamma 1, guard off the entrance animation, good damage output. You can build him up because of all the attacks you're taking very quickly, literally off like turn 1. Only if there's like 2 enemies, maybe you might not, but even then there's still multiple attacks, so you still probably could do it. Good damage output, tanks everything for nothing. Even Gamma 2 tanks incredibly well, especially once fully brought up. All the additionals, the amount of damage Gamma 2 can do because of the additional supers is kind of crazy in the crit chances. Yeah, they don't have a flaw. They literally washed that. I probably could have no-itemed it. With such ease. They are so good. And let's not forget, this guy is at 55%. He doesn't even have skill orbs equipped. They are so dope. So dope. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.